Hey, good people, welcome back to the channel. So, let me tell you a little secret. Most of you that are contacting me are not contacting me to move to Atlanta. You're actually looking for suburbs outside of the Atlanta area. That's still in the metro Atlanta area, but it's not exactly Atlanta. So I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on my last map tour video that I did. And so I was like, let me just do that again because the suburbs of Atlanta, there's plenty of them and they all have their own uniqueness and things of that nature. And not all of them are on everyone's radar. Some of them are close to the Atlanta area, so you have that convenience of being able to get into Atlanta, have fun, and kind of get back home and kind of be back into your paradise, right? And then others are a little further out from Atlanta, and so you're not going into Atlanta unless there's really a need. You kind of want to be out there on your own. You want to kind of relax. You may like to do things out in nature, whether that's get on the lake or hiking or things of that nature. And so I definitely want to bring those suburbs to your attention as well. So today we are going to be covering suburbs northwest of Atlanta and west of Atlanta. And so if this is your first time to the channel, my name is Laurina Saunders. I'm a realtor right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And on this channel, I talk about all things moving to Atlanta. And so if you want to learn more, make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video. And if you enjoy it, make sure you like and subscribe and share the video with someone you know who can use it. A lot of times we are looking at, or you may be exploring the more popular cities that everybody is kind of talk about, but there are so many other suburbs and options that are still in the metro Atlanta area that you can definitely consider. So be sure that you watch this video to the end because there may be a suburb that we discussed today that wasn't even on your radar, but may have everything you need. All right, let's jump right into the tour of the northwest cities and the west cities of the Atlanta area. Hey, so we are now over at the map. So before we get started, I want to introduce myself to those of you who may be new. So I am Laurina Saunders. I'm a realtor right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And on this channel, I talk about all things moving to Atlanta. So a lot of you have been giving me positive feedback on the last map tour I did. So that's why I wanted to do this one because I've seen that it's very helpful. And a lot of you, believe it or not, when you're calling me, you're not looking to move to the city of Atlanta, but you are looking to move to the outskirts. So again, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about Atlanta. So let's just level set so you know where Atlanta is. Now, northwest of Atlanta, we're going to talk about Marietta, Acworth, Dallas, Powder Springs, Mableton, and Douglasville. And so these are some areas that you may or may not have heard of. They may be on your radar or they may not be. But I want you to be able to kind of learn in relation to where these other suburbs of Atlanta are located. In comparison to Atlanta and also in relation to the Atlanta airport, and also what you can expect to find in these areas, and also the medium sales price of homes in these particular areas. Okay, so let's start with Marietta, Georgia. So Marietta, Georgia is a pretty large city. It is located in Cobb County, and so you would hear Marietta broken up as South Cobb, East Cobb, West Cobb, and North Cobb. And the reason for that as well, now this is, I don't know if this is historical, but this is just kind of me living in the area, what I've noticed. At certain points, different cities start to run into each other. And so it's easier just to kind of group them, right? If there's another reason and you want to educate us, please feel free to go ahead and put it down in a comment. But that is has been my experience. And so depending on where Marietta you are located, It could be easily accessible to the highway, or it could take you about 30 minutes to get into the highway. And so South Cobb is pretty easily accessible to the highway. It's more accessible to 285. So 285, and we talked about this in the other map tour video. And so after you watch this video, if you want to check out that video, you can. But so 285 is going to run in a circle. But at a point, you would want to get off and you can get to South Cobb, Marietta. Now, in South Cobb, it's close to Atlanta area. It's probably going to take you about, I would say 15 minutes to get into Atlanta. And the major road that's running there is going to be South Cobb Parkway. Now, on the other side of South Cobb Parkway, or parallel to that, is going to be Atlanta Road, and that's going to run you into the city of Atlanta. And you can, there's just different things that's going to be off that road, a lot of entertainment things. And so there's one activity that if you're visiting or if you're just here in Atlanta and you haven't tried yet, you want to try Beat the Bomb. I took my fiance there for his birthday and we had a phenomenal time. It was a great time. So you definitely want to check that out. It's for children, but then they also have a bar. So if you just want to be big kids and kind of go and enjoy that, you can also do that too. And there's other different activities along that strip as well. Now, going into East Cobb. So East Cobb is going to be your more affluent luxury real estate market in the Marietta area. And depending on where you are in East Cobb, you could be easily accessible to I-75, and also it can take you right into Smyrna, where you can enjoy activities like going to an Atlanta Braves game or going to Cumberland Mall and things of that nature. Now, I will say again, it is a luxury market. And so the price point, the medium sales price, when I talk about Marietta, just know that when it comes to East Cobb, that's going to be a little higher than the medium sales price just because it is a luxury market. Now, what can you expect to see in East Cobb? In East Cobb, it's slow. People are not in a hurry to get anywhere. You have quite a large retirement population there. And so they are trying to go to their club meetings in the morning, go to Panera Bread, go and get a coffee, and kind of meet up or go get a workout in. So they're not really in a hurry. And so when you're driving, you will feel that because you're like, come on, can you move, get out the way? And they are just cruising. So that is going to be East Cobb. And in East Cobb, they also have the East Cobb Avenue. So you can go shopping there. There's a Panera Bread in there. There's a Barnes & Noble in there. And there's some other boutique shops in there as well. Great school system all over the Marietta area, whether you're in East Cobb, West Cobb, North Cobb, great school system options there as well. Now, West Cobb is going to look a bit different. West Cobb is your suburban area where a lot of families are raising, a lot of people are raising their families. You're going to see more farms, equestrian farms. You're going to see an alpaca farm. You have people who are selling berries and eggs and all type of things from their farm. So that's that area, West Cobb. It is not an easy access to the highway. It's going to take you about I would say 30 minutes to get to the highway, whether you're trying to get on from South Cobb Parkway or you're taking Windy Hill up to get to I-75. But definitely a great area. They're building a lot of new construction in the area. And so definitely a great area. Now you have North Cobb. So North Cobb is at the tip of the Marietta area. You start to get into Kennesaw. You're starting to get into other suburbs like Acworth. So if you like to climb and hike and do outdoor activities, if you like to be on the water, then definitely that North Cobb area may be for you. Now, the medium sales price of a home in Marietta, if we kind of just group all of those different elements together, is going to be about $500,000. Now, moving along, going up northwest to Acworth. So Acworth, definitely you can be I would say probably about 40 minutes to the Atlanta area, depending on where you are. They've made like access roads and things of that nature for people to quickly access the highway 75 from Acworth and try to come on down. But it's still going to take you about a 35, 40 minutes ride to get into Atlanta. And this is without traffic, right? Now, a lot of people like Acworth because they're outdoorsy people. They like to camp. They like to fish. They have boats or jet skis, or they like to be just out on the water or in nature. They like to hike, things of that nature. So if that is your jam, then you definitely want to check out Acworth, Georgia. Now, if you need to go to the airport every day or every other day because you're flying out for business or something like that, or you need to come into Atlanta every day from work, that might be a challenge for you because it is just 40 minutes, like I said, without traffic. So when you add the element of traffic in there, it could take you upwards of an hour or more to be able to get there. And so, day in and day out, when you start adding all of that time up in the car trying to drive to work, you may not want to do it. However, if you work from home or you work in one of these other neighboring cities like Marietta or Woodstock or anything like that, and you like that outdoor atmosphere, then definitely you want to look into Acworth, Georgia. It is not too far from Lake Allatoona, which is a pretty large lake, and you will see people out there enjoying the waters, fishing and doing all of those different lake type activities. And also not too far from there is Red Top Mountain State Park. So again, you can kind of enjoy that. Now, from Acworth, you can get over to Woodstock. In Woodstock, there is a outlet shopping plaza. And so if you want to go there and you want to enjoy shopping, you can do that. Or you can come into Kennesaw and you can hit Barrett Parkway and you can go shopping there. There's a lot of eateries there. There's the Town Center Mall is in that area as well. There's bowling, there's a Costco's, and so you could come down. Now, it's also neighboring Dallas as well. And so there's a part of Acworth where it kind of converges with Dallas, and it's that Seven Springs area, places where you can live in this new home construction for people that are not 55 plus as well. So a lot going on there. Now, I will say the medium sales price from a home in Acworth is going to be a little over $438,000. But again, you're right there. You have access to the lake and just all of these amenities. The only con to that is that you are a little far out from Atlanta and very far out from the Atlanta airport. All right, so like moving on along, you have Dallas. So again, I've done videos on the majority of the cities that we are covering today. So after you watch this video to the end, please go ahead and look at those videos. I give you the look, the feel, and the vibe. We do a driving tour and I kind of dive deep into that particular city. So Dallas is a little out there, is a little remote. If you're not in Dallas or if you're not looking to be out there, then, it would definitely be a turnoff for you just because of how far it is from the Atlanta area and how far it is from the access to the highway. So you'll have to come in, if you're looking to get to the highway, you'll have to drive through Marietta, or you'll have to come through like Powder Springs, or you may have to go coming down, try to wiggle your way through Douglasville and then hit I-20. So there's a lot to get to the highway from Dallas. However, if you don't need to go to the Atlanta airport, and in fact, most people that live in Dallas, Marietta is a lot for them. Marietta is or just the right amount of city for them. They don't really want to go into Atlanta, or they don't really have a need to be accessible to the Atlanta airport because they don't necessarily travel there. However, Dallas is very small. It's more of a historical rural suburb area, not a lot of amenities or a lot of things to do. There's a few things, but not a whole lot. Most times, if people are trying to go somewhere to hang out, have fun, or to get, a quick bite to eat or go to a restaurant or something like that, they're coming into Hiram, which is a neighboring city. So Hiram has um, Sam's Club, it has restaurants, it has different stores and things of that nature. Or they may travel into Marietta, or they may travel into Kennesaw, hit Barrett Parkway, and do some shopping and more eatery options. Or they're going up to Acworth, Lake Allatoona area to enjoy the water activities and things of that nature. So if you're living in Dallas, you like your space, you like your quietness. You're not trying to be in the thick of anything on a hustle and bustle. So that is going to be Dallas. Now, Dallas is one of the hidden gems of the suburbs of the Atlanta area, and they are pretty affordable. So the medium sales price in Dallas, Georgia is right above $369,000. So very still an affordable option. But again, if you need to have access to the city of Atlanta, that is going to be the biggest con of living in Dallas. All right, so coming in a little bit, you have Powder Springs area. So a lot of people love Powder Springs because it's still gives you that suburb feel, but you can easily get to places like Smyrna, Georgia, to go and enjoy a game at the Atlanta Battery, or is right down the street from Marietta, Georgia. So you can go to the food hall that is right in the historical area of Marietta, Georgia, enjoy different dining options, enjoy different activities that they have downtown Marietta or even downtown Powder Springs, because they have an amphitheater in Powder Springs as well. It's a little on the smaller side, but it's there and the locals enjoy it. They also have parks and different activities for people to get into. Now, the Powder Springs downtown area is not super big, but they have boutiques that you can enjoy if you like to do a lot of local shopping and not necessarily the big box stores. So they have that as well. And also, they have close proximities to areas such as Mableton, and we'll talk about Mableton and all of the things that they have too, but you can enjoy that as well. Mableton is also a popular spot in the Atlanta area that a lot of people know about, and Mableton has quick access to the interstate. Okay. Now, in Powder Springs area, the median sales price of a home in Powder Springs is going to be $376,000. So still very affordable. But I tell you, as people start to discover some of these affordable cities and they start to push out from Atlanta, they start not to be so affordable. So if you can snag something, then I would say do that. Now, in Powder Springs, one of the schools, they have great school systems. They have McEachern High School, which is known for its sports, predominantly football, but it is known for its sports. They also have Dow Elementary School, which is they have a immersive Spanish bilingual program. So the kids starting from kindergarten, they are learning how to be bilingual, and that is a great thing. And there's not a whole lot of schools in this area that offer that. I think this is actually the only one. And so, a lot of people move there and put their kids in that particular school system. All right. So moving on to Mableton. So Mableton, Georgia is close access to Atlanta. I mean, you could stand in the middle of the street, don't do that, but you could, and look and you can see the buildings of Atlanta from Mableton. So in Mableton, it's not a whole lot to do, but they do have the Mableton House. You have the amphitheater. So a lot of the different R&B, jazz, pop artists come there and they perform there. You also have the art. So if you like to, if you're into like theater or drawing or anything like that, that is also an option as well. So people usually go there to have their entertainment. Now, I would say it's easy access again to Atlanta. So if you wanted to watch a pro basketball game or a pro football game or a pro soccer game, or if you wanted to go and enjoy restaurants or just anything in Atlanta, you're going to be able to do that and quickly be able to get back home. And so you're going to do that as well. Now, the average sales price or the medium sales price of a home in Mableton is going to be about $422,000. As you can see, it starts to go a little bit up as you start to get closer to the Atlanta area. Now let's talk about Douglasville. So a lot of you are calling me, you're asking me about Douglasville, and this is a great area. Now, Douglasville has its pros and its cons, but one of the pros is that it's close proximity to Atlanta. So you can take I-20 and you can go into 285 to get into Atlanta. You can take it to the airport. It's probably about, I would say, 30, 35 minutes to the Atlanta airport. And so it's close proximity. In Douglasville, you also have, they have the new studio that's out there. And so if you are kind of in that entertainment movie world space, then definitely this may be an area for you. Also, if you are into, being out on the water and enjoying the water, you have Sweetwater Creek Park, which is near. And so people are out there on their kayaks, they're fishing, they're camping, they're doing all sorts of stuff out there on Sweetwater Creek Park. And so you can also enjoy that too. Now, the medium sales price of a home in Douglasville, Georgia is going to be a little over $309,000. So it's still a lot of affordability there. Now, if you want to learn more and you're trying to figure out, well, are these places safe? What's the safety rating? You can do your own research. What one person thinks is safe, the other person may be fine with or not fine with. And so that is going to be up to you to gauge in all of these places. But I will say, no place is completely crime free. And if you are living in these areas and you want to chime in about the pros and the cons of these particular areas, please feel free to let everyone know in the comments. And if you are ready to get started, go ahead and give me a call, send me an email or a text, and I'll be happy to help you make that move. All right, until the next video, bye.